Hey everybody, here's a fun fact from the movie Black Hawk Down. At the end of that scene where Major General William Garrison is describing the mission and says that, hey, we're gonna go in, hit the target, and get out of there in less than 30 minutes. At the end of that scene, he says something very, very significant.
Now, I had requested light armor and AC-130 Spectre gunships, but Washington, in all its wisdom, decided against this. Too high profile. So Blackhawks and Little Birds would provide the air cover. Miniguns and 275 rockets.
For the geopolitics and what was happening inside the Beltway of Washington, D.C. during this operation. He said, I asked for some armored and light infantry vehicles. I asked for some AC-130 gunship support, but Washington, in all its infinite wisdom, this is what the character in the movie says, turned it down. And then he says, as a result, it's just going to be us on the ground and in the air, just your rifles, a few Blackhawks, and a couple of Little Birds with miniguns and 2.75 millimeter rockets. That's almost exactly how it happened, at least early on in the city streets when we launched the launched the force to go hit this target and to go take down these two guys. I said it's almost exactly because the rules of engagement were so restrictive and so extreme. We weren't allowed to use armor. We didn't have naval gunfire. We didn't have artillery support. We didn't have gunships in the air. And listen to this, even the Little Birds didn't have rockets inside the rocket pods until halfway through the fight. At some point, about 2-3 o'clock in the morning, everyone realized we are far outnumbered, far outgunned, and that's when the Little Birds started putting the 2.75 millimeter rockets inside the pods. This scene that is described in the movie Black Hawk Down, like I've said in other fun fact clips, is very, very accurate. But I want you to understand the significance of those words and what it meant to every guy who went in by helicopter and Humvee during that fight. What it meant is you're in the city streets, you're on your own, you've got no backup and nobody to look forward to coming to bail you out. The full weight of the U.S. military is not behind you. The only people that you can turn to or trust is the guys and gals on your left and on your right, is the American warriors that were already in the city that day. The rest of Task Force Ranger and some of the 10th Mountain guys that came in to bail us out. Early in the next morning, finally this big multinational United Nations force was assembled, and the Pakistanis came with 2 tanks and the Malaysians came with armored personnel carriers and met us at our base and drove out there to get the rest of the force out of the city streets. The Pakistanis and the Malaysians would have never had to show up if the Secretary of Defense and the President of the United States would have honored the request of the commander, General Garrison, on the ground. I just wanted you to understand the significance of that little short couple-second clip in the movie Black Hawk Down. Just a little fun fact for you. Hope you enjoyed it.